Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Joanie and this is Joanie Loves Stitching, a Flosstube channel. It has been a very long time since my last video. Also my first video. This is video number 2 and the first video was in June. That was not my plan. Life happened. I don't know what made me think that starting a Flosstube during the summer months was a good idea, but hey, that's what I thought, and it backfired drastically. Why has it taken me so long? Well, I videoed towards the end of June, like I said. We were planning on going on vacation June 30th, which we did, but in the meantime, I had been planning on videoing either right after we got back or right before we left, and right after my first video, I was smacked with a nice 6-day long migraine. I had a lot of packing and catching up to do. I didn't really have a lot of stitching to show. I had my kid to get to swim team constantly. It was just a hot mess. Then we went on vacation and we got back July 11th, 12th. It was a great vacation. We drove there. I don't fly. So I had lots of time stitching in the car. We went to Houston. We were visiting my friend Ashley and kind of gauging the area to see if we'd like to relocate. I don't know if we'd like to relocate there. It was a nice area where she lived. It was Champions area, kind of northwestish of Houston. It was different, very different from where I live, in Northern Virginia. My husband compared it to a mixture of Florida and DC, and he was very right. But it was a good vacation, with the exception of the last part, which was a 16-year-old kid running into my car with my husband in it on our way home. We were in Christiansburg, which, if you know Virginia, is down where Virginia Tech is, and that's about 3 hours from home. My husband was turning into a gas station, kid wasn't paying attention. So, my car, a month later, is still in the shop. It was brand new, 2021 Blue Forester. And the only good thing I have to say is at least my child was not in the car. So, yeah. So I've been dealing with that. There's been a lot of runaround getting it fixed because everything's so backed up. With shipping and COVID, parts are hard to come by, stuff like that. So fortunately, I have my old Mazda CX-7 to drive right now, so I've been using that. So we get home, I have a week off, taking my kid to swim, stitching. I should do a Flosstube video, but I'm just enjoying the time and stressing about the fact that in-laws are coming and I have my kid's birthday party coming and I haven't even planned it yet. So, doing that. The in-laws got here. The kid had his birthday. It was amazing. It was at a trampoline place. He had a blast. He loved having his grandparents here. If you see stuff move and noises, that is one of my dogs. He got an ATV for his birthday, so there was a lot of that going on, teaching him how to ride that and supervising. The boys went camping, the boys being my husband, my son, my father-in-law. They went camping for a few days, and I was here with my mother-in-law, which I love my in-laws, so it was no hardship for me. And then, 2 days after my son's birthday birthday, we had to send my husband off. He has a travel job, so he'll be gone 2 to 3 months at a time, home. Typically before COVID, it was a month and a half to 2 months, then he'd be back gone again. He was home for 3 months this time. That's the longest we've had him, except for when he had back surgery and right as COVID hit. He was home for 5 months. That was phenomenal. But so yeah, we had him shipped out on August 2nd. I don't know when he's coming back. He is in Afghanistan. He is not military, he's a contractor. So they're not doing the same thing as the military. Their exiting kind of depends on the Taliban. So they come and take over before he's supposed to come home, then he'll come home earlier, and otherwise, end of October, November sometime, is when his replacement will go out. So, sort of doing the single parenting thing right now, and I will never say I am single parenting because I don't have a job. Single parents don't typically have that luxury, but I'm the only parent on home base, doing all of the things. So I have to use the "do I need to call your father" line a lot when Daddy's sleeping, and remind him that if I have to wake Daddy up for you to have a talk, he's not going to be happy. So that's going to be my life for the next few months. So yeah, that's caught us up to here. And why it's taken so long. Going forward though, I do think I have a better plan. So I did do something crazy on July 27th. I think I mentioned that I am a runner. I love running Disney runs. They haven't happened recently. The last time I was healthy enough to run one was 2018, and I got injured, which kind of triggered a bit of fibromyalgia after that. I'm back to where I should be. I do a lot to take care of the fibromyalgia, and I decided, you know what? I'm going for it. I signed up for a Dopey Challenge, which happens during the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend in January. And what Dopey is, because you gotta be dopey to do it, on consecutive days, you're in the 5K, the 10K, the half, and then the marathon. So 4 days in a row, you're running those races. That is my bucket list. It is the only thing I have on my bucket list. I'd love to go see my ancestral lands, in England, but I really don't care if I don't. There's a lot of stuff that I think it would be fun, but I'm okay not doing it. But the Dopey is the one thing I've always wanted to do. So I said, you know what? My body's in a good place. My mind's in a good place. We are all in a good place. Let's do it. So I signed up, and hopefully Disney won't get shut down again. That did not move on its own. That was a dog kicking it. So given that I'm going to have to be training for that, I've come up with a plan for when school starts, which is August 23rd, which will basically be, I'm going to be taking my son to the bus, I'm going to come back, I'm going to stitch for half an hour in the morning, watching Flosstube, relaxing, getting my electrolytes in, and then I'm going to go head up the gym. I'm not going to hit up the gym every single day. I want 2 of my runs each week to be outside. I am doing cross training with one of the trainers at my gym. But that'll kind of take up a decent portion of time. I am planning on doing Flosstube 3 on August 23rd. Get my son on the bus, get back here, relax, do my thing, make myself not look hideous, and get down to business. And I'd like to do it every 2 weeks thereafter. If that's too much, maybe I'll do 3 weeks. If it's super long videos and I have a lot to say and I have time, maybe I'll do every week. We'll see how it goes. But that's a plan, not what this whole summer was. So, that being said, let's get into our whips. I do have one finished object that I worked on during vacation, and I'll show that when I've shown all the whips. It's not a finished object, I just finished it. Some of you might remember I showed this, made by Heather of Punky Pearls. I don't remember the pattern, but she sells them. It was super handy during my vacation. It was great. I could just pick it up, bring them to the hotel, pick it up, bring them to the car, and it's not bulky, it's not heavy, it's wonderful. So, let's see here. Okay, that's my FO. I'll do that next, after the whips. The first thing I'm going to show you is Liberty Lane by Country Cottage Needleworks. Here comes a dog. Hi, honey. And that is, I believe, a 28 count. It's whatever is called for. And the pattern, yep, 28 count light mocha linen. And this is where we're at, wrinkles and all. So I finished this tree. I'd have to peel that back. I did some of the house over here. Did I do that top tree? I feel like I did that top tree. Finished that. I did a little bit. I did not do a lot, but I did a little bit. So I'm using all of the called for colors, which is Liberty, Rhubarb by Gentle Arts. Yeah, that's Gentle Arts. And then these DMCs. Next thing I worked on was the Christmas Celebration Sampler, I think it's called, by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I thought I would have this done. I do not. If my car hadn't been crashed and I hadn't been stressing the day after we got home, I would have finished it. But that's okay. I have this. It looks done, doesn't it? Yeah, but look, right there. That's where I am. And there's some back stitching that still needs to be done. And the reason I have not worked on it since the day we got home was because I left my flosses in my car. And when they came to pick it up, that went with. And just because it's principle of the matter, I'm not going to go out and buy more flosses to finish it. I want my original flosses back. So I'm gonna finish this as soon as it gets home, which they're estimating around August 23rd again, when school starts. I don't know what fabric this is on. I feel like it's probably a 28 count, but it's a mystery fabric. I like the blue better than the brownie gingerbready color that they used. Oh, who is it? Cute Canadian Stitchuation Normal. She started stitching it, and I think she used some opalescent type fabric, and I really want to see that. Hers was not the dark gingerbready that they did in the original photo either. So I'm excited to see that. Maybe I'll stitch another one on that. Let's see, where am I? Okay. I'm holding off on the third thing because that's an FO. So I'm going to set that over here on some Legos. And I'm going to go to the Serendipity SAL, which I didn't finish. I did make a little bit of headway when we got home. I have needles flying everywhere. I'm sorry, I keep saying I'm trying not to. This is where I'm at. I'm using the called for overdyed flosses and the called for 28 count Ada that you could get from that Quarter Shop. So I need to finish this, I need to finish this, and then there's a section 7. I have it on my list in the next 2 weeks to give a good 1 or 2 days to, and we'll see where we're at then. And then another, well, not another, but something I started recently. I started it, so when my in-laws got here, either right as they got here or right before, but it's this year's Fragments and Time. This is number 4. I feel like there's number 8 or there's 8 in each series, but I have a plan for a few of them. I want to stitch them into pillows and then stick them in a little bowl into our room because they have a ship, they have this, they have some sailing flags, and my husband, he's a Navy vet, and I don't know if you can see, there's a little widow sitting there waiting. Well, I'm not a widow. I feel like I'm constantly waiting for him to come home, and it's just kind of sentimental to me. And the pictures of the last releases for this year's were shown last week, and one of them is an anchor. And you know, he doesn't really associate with the anchor of the Navy and all that, but I do, not so much because of the Navy, but because he is my anchor. So I'm gonna add that one to stitch with these. My plan for this is to have this be my morning stitch. And as soon as I finish one, just start on the next and keep that going for my morning time. So I'm just kind of working my way up. I need to fill this in, finish the top. There's like a little chimney and her little walkway, and then there's like a little bit of lantern. And then what you can't really see unless you're looking at it like actually in person, there's a lot of red back stitching right here to make it look like a clapboard. Not sure how long that's gonna take me. But it's an enjoyable stitch. It's nice change from bigger pieces because it makes you feel like you're going really quickly, you're getting something accomplished. I don't have these in any particular order or connected to anything, but they're all the called fors. And they're all Week Dye Works, except for, and this threw me when I was trying to find it, the blue beadboard is Classic Colorworks. And right there on the list, you have Weeks, and then CC. I didn't pay attention. There's that word again. I'm sorry. So that's that. I'll get to that next. Oopsie. I've worked a bit on my Dutch sampler. Not a lot. Not have bandwidth. So this is Hello from Liz Matthews, the Dutch sampler collection. I'm doing the big one. That's why I'm showing you that main thing. I'm right here. So I did most of this. I have the thread and back to finish that little area. There's a lot of these little white ones right here. I forgot that right there. I need to bring them up around and finish that. So, like I said, not much. I am using the called for NPI silks. That's 40 count. I don't know what brand it is, but it's 40 count alabaster something. I don't know. So, if you look closely, you can see a couple little initials. And then right here, there's like a little heart thing, some initials, and some other initials. I think it's supposed to be like who got married, maybe the parents, and then there's some initials up here, so I'm thinking maybe children. I thought about switching them to ours, but we only have one kid. So I was thinking, you know, should we leave him out of it and do the day and month of our wedding and then the year? Because I have a couple other Liz Matthew patterns that have numbers in them. So I can just, okay, take from there and pop it over here. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking, do I do the 2012 when we were married and then put my kids' initials right here? I haven't decided. And I hate making decisions. So if anyone has any input, what you would do if this was yours, feel free to leave it. Because that's just gonna get me frozen otherwise. There's that. This is going a lot quicker than I thought it would. But I'm getting a big stack and I feel like it's gonna fall. I hope not. And then, I've been working on my Hocus Pocus more. I'm doing Spooky August, and I'll explain that in a little bit. So, last time I showed it, it said bunch of Poe. And now, after I stitched on this 2 full nights, it says bunch of Pocus. So this was originally Bee Stitch Me, which was where, I don't know. I mentioned it in my first video and talked about the blasphemy that I committed by overtiming it, but it's how I want it to be now. Yes, opalescent 18 count, which is brew. I'm doing 1/2, and the thread is Dinky Dye's Claremont. So bunch of Pocus. I don't think I have much more to go on that. I think it should 5-6 days, good to go. This bag, I don't know who I ordered it from, but it's an Etsy bag. I don't make my own bags. I can sew, but I'm not making my own bags because I don't find it enjoyable. That was it for the whips. Now, I need to dig back out this and talk about my FO. Bear with me. Here we go. It is the Autumn Skies, this one right here, by Hands On Design. I used the called for DMCs with mystery linen. I have no clue where I got this when I got it. I think it might be 32 count Lagana or something. But here we go. So I don't know if I want to try to turn this into a pillow or kind of like cut a block out for it and just kind of have it be like one of those little like block stand things. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But I love it. It's super cute. Fall time is one of my favorite times of the year. You can wear a hoodie and it's perfect for the weather and it's not too cold, and hoodies are my favorite thing to wear. So yeah, there we go. There's that. I'm going to watch some YouTube tutorials to see how to best go about finishing that. And I will let you know how that goes. I'm not going to be like Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch and videotape that because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm going to be flying by the seat of my pants. But I'll show you when it's finished. Alright. Future plans real quick before I get to haul. I'm doing what I call Spooky August, and I'm going to focus on fall time Halloween pieces. So Hocus Pocus, I have Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I put a picture of it up on my Instagram earlier. Joanie loves stitching, and I stitched on a little bit today, but I didn't show you because I haven't stitched much on it. So I have that. I have a Halloween backstitch piece by Peppermint Purple. I'll break that out next time and show you. And in haul, I have, it's by Prairie School. I'll show you in a little bit, but it's like this little series of like ornaments, and I'm thinking if I stitch them on like one bigger count, I can maybe log cabin some fabric around it, make them a bit bigger pillows. But they remind me of a Johanna something or other who does these really cute vintage looking Halloween decorations. So that's what I have in mind for Spooky August. And I was thinking about starting Feast of Friends by Blackbird Designs. It's all kitted up. I just kind of want to see how far I get with the rest of this first before I make a firm decision about that. I have no clue what my thing's going to be for September. We'll get there, we'll get there. So, now, haul. A lot. So, as everyone's been talking about, one of the ladies of Blackbird Designs, I believe it was Barb, passed away July 4th. And there's been a mad dash on their patterns, which from what I understand, there's no need. They're going to continue printing. But one thing that I've always wanted was to collect the Magical Mystery Tour patterns. I don't remember what Etsy shop I got this from. Chances are it was Hollis Hands Creates. I get a lot of stuff from her. But so far I got Eleanor Rigby, Strawberry Fields Forever, Blackbird, Octopus's Garden, and Yellow Submarine. I think I just need to get Long and Winding Road. I really... Did I go out of order? Did I drop one? I don't know. I really want to stitch this one up and stick it in a room. Just be funny in my own sick, twisted way, because the guy that I dated before my husband actually owned one of the NOAA and OAA little yellow submarines. And we always joke about me stealing his little yellow submarine. So yeah, I just need to get the last one of that, and then I'll have the whole collection. And then I also got the Rose Garden, which is a cute little small. And I got the Tulip and the Lily, which I want to stitch this twice. One for me, and one for my best friend Ashley, who we were visiting in Houston. My favorite flower is a lily, and hers is a tulip. I'm a very muted colored person. She is very bright. So when I stitch it for her, I kind of want to find brighter versions of the colors that are called for to really pop it to her personality. I think it'd be fun to see the two together. So I got that. And then I got this, the basket of cherries, because I just think the cherries are super cute. Oh, and I have two more that I got. I got Merry Christmas, which I want to start on this sometime in September, October. That is part of the plan. And I got Anniversaries of the Heart pattern at the Pumpkin Farm, because I love fall patterns, and that is an adorable little pumpkin. I also want the March one, because that's when my husband and I got married, and he's about as Irish as it gets without having just stepped off the boat. So, when we were on vacation, I stopped by a shop in Houston called 3 Stitches. And while we were there, I got Heartstring Samplery All Will Be Well. And I love the bees in it. And there's actually a story behind the bees and why I'm obsessed with them. And that is because about 100,000 bees made a home for 5 days in the wall of our garage, where a woodpecker had put a hole the year before. So that was fun, and I feel like I was trusting my husband. It's fine, we'll get an apiary guy out here, and we did, and it was taken care of. But I think this would go really well in our house. And then I also got the Agnes Platts Strawberry Samplery, so I really want to do that one. So, got that. And this says it's 32 count pastel lilac. It just looks kind of like a pretty white. I don't see any lilac to it, but it's pretty. It's a nice neutrally light color, so I went with it. I feel like I showed these to you guys last week. Not last week, last film. Hello from Liz Matthews. I'm obsessed with her. My home in the garden and 4th day of Christmas. So yada yada. And then Homespun, no, Spun Sugar Quilts. I got, okay. I got, picture this plus, what do you count? Vellum linen. I got Fox and Rabbit, 36 count Ocean Air. This is a bit more baby blue than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more of like a muted, dusty thing. And then I got, these are some of the new Classic Colorworks colors. Got 2 chocolate mousse, and I got 2 vanilla custard. And I actually thought that I could use one of those groupings for, where'd it go? This. That might be pretty. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. And then, and then, I needed to, the blue bead board that I got for the Fragments of Time, I ordered that from Fat Quarter Shop, and I think Floss can't travel alone. So these are the ornament thingies that I was talking about. Boo to you. And yeah, they're approximate size is around two-ish, like 2-ish inches, give or take a bit. So it's smaller than I would think you'd want a pillow to be. And this calls for, I thought it was like 32 count. Yep, 32 count lamb's wool. So I thought if I did a 14 count, 28 count, I could make it a little bit bigger and then log having some fabric around to make it a bit bigger. Then I got flamingo toes, needle minders. I'm not a big needle minder, but you know, that's okay. And then this one is just a pumpkin Fat Quarter Shop. I love pumpkins. My son, if a 3-year-old can have a special interest, he had a special interest in pumpkins. Maybe it was 2 or 3. We literally had 15 pumpkins on our front porch. Because every single time a little guy goes somewhere, they give him little pumpkins. And we'd go to Cox Farms, which is over in Fairfax near us. And you know, you come out with another pumpkin, and everyone gave us pumpkins, and we had to have pumpkins. We had big pumpkin Mylar balloons. Our life was the Curious George Boo Fest Halloween movie. It's a cute movie, I didn't mind it. So, pumpkins. And then, I love Liberty Fabrics. I love William Morris on the subject of special interests. He's one of mine. So, I saw this somewhere on Instagram, I don't remember. And if you hear banging, that's my kid upstairs. And it's just a sticker book. So I'm gonna stick some of these in my planner this year. My favorite print is the Strawberry Thief. So, Strawberry Thief. This makes my heart sing, and it's been really hard not to peel the stickers out before I showed it on here. Last bit of haul. I am part of the Alice Caroline, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a flower block of the month thing. It's, you get enough fabric and papers to English paper piece, 2 or 3 blocks for this quilt. The Flower Garden block of the month. It'll look kind of like this at the end. So each month, like, we got like that the first month, or no, these 2 the first month, and then it'll, some months you'll have like half blocks in there, but they send you all the papers you need for the blocks. They send you the fabric, you trace it, and you stitch stitch it. She has on her site to the backing fabric to order. So I'm very far behind on that. I'm on January. Oops. And I'm going to try to start on that more when school starts too. I think that's going to be my soccer practice stitching. So, okay, next, my Liberty Hexi project. Don't know how many I have. I need around 300-ish for it to be the size that most people are making it. I have 2 flowers. They're over there. I'm not gonna grab them right now. But when we went on vacation, I brought a whole bunch and I made 7 of these twofers. I could have brought more and made more. But so the flowers are going to look. So there's like a diamond. And then like that, and then there will be another hexie underneath. And so it'll be mostly made up of the hexies, and then you kind of input a couple others where you need to. And I think I'd actually like it to be a little bit bigger than most people are making theirs. I think a twin size would be fun, even though we have no twin size beds. That's okay. So slowly stitching on that. I'm still basting a lot of the hexies themselves. So, like I said, long-term project. I totally skipped into quilting and I didn't give you guys a warning. I'm so sorry. But I have one more thing to show you guys today in quilting. And this is part of, these are some blocks for what I call the Scraptacular Quilt, because it is literally, I cut 2.5-inch scraps from all the leftover fabric I have from making bags, making quilts, pillows, whatever. And I was just using them as my leaders and my enders, and then when I had all my little twofers together, I started sewing them into things of 4. And then I had 2 pieces of yardage from an older art gallery fabric line. I want to say it's Fantasia or something. I don't know for sure. I also want to say it's a Barry J line, but again, I don't know. I got them on clearance. And so I cut for 4.5, 5-inch squares? Oh no. I think they're 4.5-inch squares. And I literally took one on, so here's a block. So this was what I originally made. And then I just started cutting these. And sewed this, sewed that, and then sewed them together. So, and I'm still doing that. Literally scrapping it randomly, as random as I can. I have 1, 2, I have a couple blocks here. And so what will happen is, I have this, and then I will have that, and it will literally just kind of be one big check platy quilt. And my idea is that this can be used to just live in the back of the car and come with us to soccer practices, because that started as swim team ended. And we do soccer when it gets really cold here, so, and they haven't put up the bleachers again at most places because of COVID still, so there's parents all over the place. That was the St. Bernard, I'm sorry. So I can use it to plop on the ground if there's no bleachers. I can use it to bundle up in if there's a super early freezing cold game. The back, I have some very old kind of checkered plaid cotton and steel from when they were still cotton and steel and not Ruby Star Society fabric that I can use as a back. Or if I really want it to be scraptacular, I have still some decent amounts from backing from other fabric or quilts that I've done. That's my dog. And I was thinking, you know, I could piece that and have a super scrappy back. I don't know what I'll do yet. So I think once I get the whole front figured out and put together, then I'll see what I think. But that's it for now. It's a little bit more haphazard than I thought it would be. But I just decided, you know what, it's been so long. If I wait for the perfect opportunity, it's not gonna happen. So you may as well go in half-cocked. And do what you can. Let the chips fall where they may. And I think that wound up okay. I promise I will try to have it together more next time. I'm planning on the 23rd, 24th of August. I'm sorry my dog is making weird noises. But she wants to go out. So I'm gonna sign off now and wish you guys all the best. Hope you're having a great summer. Stay safe, stay healthy if you can. Stay mentally well. It's really hard right now. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.